So hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few minutes. My name is Rich Charpentier. I'm the channel host, and 9 times out of 10, we're talking about drone stuff. And today is no exception, but today I'm doing a bit of a public service announcement because of an incident that happened to me yesterday. So I had a scary moment yesterday. Let's start out there. So, number one, I'm looking over on screen really quick. I've got Metashape up here. This week I went and did another flight for one of my progression clients, and so I actually flew the site to make an Ortho Mosaic model, so a two-dimensional model for the client, and I was just looking at this and I said, this did not come out bad. So this was a single pass, flying east to west and west to east. So I did not set this up for being a 3D model. But this came out pretty nice. The facades on the buildings actually came out very, very nice. And I didn't even do a grid pattern. So I was pretty impressed with that. So, hey, it's nice to be impressed with yourself when you did something unexpected. So here's the top-down view for the ortho, and actually I'm going to go ahead and open up the ortho. And so we still haven't gotten to what was so scary yesterday, but we'll get there. So zooming on down, you can see some definite progress on this location. There used to be trees in here. Now we're setting up the horse barn, and then we've got outbuildings for the horses. This is going to be very interesting when it's completed. So yesterday I ran Metashape, and I did the standard workflow with it. So that was align the photos, build the dense cloud, build a mesh, build the texture, do the digital elevation model, and do the Ortho Mosaic. So I ran through all that and everything was good to go. I was getting ready to send things off to the client, their new progression web page. So when we do our deliverables, we do custom web pages for our clients so that they can quickly see what's happened to their construction site. So it's unique. I know not a lot of drone operators are doing it, but for me, it's really working well. The clients are really happy with it. So what I had to do was take this particular model setup and export it as an Ortho Mosaic, and then take the last flight that I did, because I like showing them the changes over time. If you haven't seen that, look at any of the drone progression videos that I have on the YouTube channel here, and you'll see examples of showing before and after Ortho Mosaics. So I was ready to go, and I went up here, I went over to File, and I went down to Export, and I wanted to export, I wanted to export Ortho Mosaic. So, I went over and I hit the Export JPEG, TIFF, PNG, and went through the steps for exporting and everything. And somewhere around 43% processing of the export, my computer kind of just stopped. Metashape said, I don't know what to do. And everything just froze up. So I could get around on other things on my computer. I could still go to Chrome or Firefox or anything. That was cool. Metashape was frozen. I finally had to force quit it. And then the overall iMac froze up. Maybe the iMac was saying, I'm tired of doing these big models and you need a better machine, Rich. And my response to that is, can't afford one, so we're working with what we got. I ended up having to fully reboot the system, booted the system back up, and loaded back into Metashape to see if I could export that ortho. And Metashape number one said to me, hey, you logged out wrong last time. I didn't log out. It crashed and I had to force quit. So it was complaining. It said, you logged out the wrong way last time. So shut Metashape down, started Metashape back up. By the way, I'm not complaining about Metashape. This was just a weird thing that happened. In technology, weird things happen. PFM, we used to say in telecom, pure freaking magic. Anyways, so I got back into Metashape. I tried again. Things hung up in the same way. The iMac hung up. Did another reboot, and when I did the next reboot, something really weird happened. So I've got a specific portable drive, external hard drive, for client work for the start of 2020. I make multiple drives throughout the year for storing client work, the video, the images. I keep all of that stuff. So I go through a lot of hard drives. When I rebooted that second time, the hard drive didn't show up. It didn't mount at all. It was spinning away. It was making lots of noises. It was not happy. So the drive was not being recognized. And my heart sank because all of my new client media since January 1st was on that drive. And it seemed like the drive was not coming back. So suddenly I had that panic set in, that fear set in of, oh my God, I got a lot of stuff on that drive. Please don't tell me that this thing is dead. So I milled around, I wrung my hands, I was concerned, I was sad. And then I realized what I was also doing prior to running this Metashape model. I was uploading all of my client stuff to Dropbox for our shared Dropbox file for that customer. And then the next thing struck me. I said to myself, oh yeah, I've backed up everything already to Dropbox as well for the other clients for 2020. So everybody's got their stuff and I haven't lost anything. And that sinking feeling went away and I felt so much better. In the meantime, I just shut the computer down for a few, walked away, muttered to myself, said bad language. And when I came back and rebooted again, the computer came right up, the drive came right back up. But it reminded me I do regular backups. So no question about that. I was just worried about losing recent stuff. And I always neglect myself because I'm building my new class for Udemy that I've mentioned here. And I hadn't backed up my class material yet. So if I had lost anything on that particular drive, it would have been my own class material. So yeah, I do a great job of backing up for my clients. In the old days when I was in telecommunications, I was network design and engineering, and our backups had backups, and the backups had backups of backups. It was ridiculous how many backups we have. And I've carried that over mostly in my life. I don't have the kind of arrays that I used to have access to in the telecom days. But here, let me show you. So this right here, I'm probably going to give myself a hernia with this. This is one of the old original Drobos. Do you remember Drobo? Yeah, it's a automatic backup and storage system. It has multiple drives put into it. Bought that years ago for all of my photography work so that I'd have backups of everything. The Drobo still works and runs. I don't run it on the iMac. Today's new portable drives and SSD drives offer a lot more than this old original Drobo. At some point, I really need a better storage plan and platform. I would like another RAID setup, something like the Drobo, but there are some things about Drobo that I don't like anymore with their proprietary software and their need for the ongoing maintenance packages. And if you don't have it and something does happen to the Drobo, you bought it, but now you still have to, I feel like I'm leasing the device. So here's one of my big questions for all of you guys out there. What's your storage plan? What do you do? Are you backing up client stuff to Dropbox for them, to share it with them, and also to have backups? Do you have a really nice RAID setup? So as you can see, I just pulled up on screen. I used to use LaCie drives a lot, and I'm just looking around because prices on some of this network access storage and stuff, prices can get really high really fast. So if you've got a great storage platform, if you've got a favorite external setup for editing and for backing up, let me know down in the comments. Please drop me a comment because I'm in the market after that yesterday. Like I said, I haven't lost anything and I've already backed that up, but it was that sinking, terrifying moment of how much new stuff have I not backed up yet? And fortunately, everything except my own personal stuff. Go figure. By the way, so I'm not joking. I've got several portable drives hooked up behind the iMac here. So here's my YouTube drive for specific YouTube stuff. Here's another media drive for other random media. We have Final Cut 1 and Final Cut 2, and they're all associated with different projects and things. This isn't all of them. I've got a nice little crate in the in the closet over there full of drives. What I would like to get to once again is a nice big desktop solution. One of the reasons why I always do the portables lately, I lived in an Airstream for nearly a decade. Not much space. And with that in mind, the portable drives work good. So I haven't lost anything in a very, very, very long time. I haven't had drive failures that have cost me any of my stuff, and my backups do literally have backups. And I made sure after yesterday's incident to make a backup of all of my stuff for the latest class. So my clients are backed up, I'm backed up, everything is good. But that one moment when you see that drive not coming back up and you think to yourself, oh man, the last 2 flights I did for these customers was on there. And then you realize, oh yeah, and I already shared those flights to the customers. So I'm going to make sure after that little wake up and reminder yesterday, after I offload everything, I usually start to work on it right away. I jump right over to Metashape. I jump right over to, whatever it is, Final Cut. And yeah, so that was a horrifying mistake. I'm just clicking over here again. Just absolutely terrifying. But in the end, everything worked out, and I don't have to, I had no worries. But so make sure you've got a backup plan. Make sure that you're backing up your client stuff. Make sure you're backing up your own stuff, because otherwise you'll feel foolish like I did yesterday. And like I said, I'm so glad that I've also been sharing everything with the clients through Dropbox, because it's just another location where I've got that data backed up. And with all that said, I'm hopping off of here because I got to get back to work. I've got another client deliverable page to build today. And then maybe this afternoon, I'm going to do another lecture for that new Udemy class, which is going to take you through start to finish one of my drone construction progression projects. So we're actually going to talk about landing the client, talk about how we set up, talk about how we did the flights every month, and what we were focusing on. So it should be a very interesting and unique class, and when it's ready, I'll be letting you know here. In the meantime, now I got to go put that Drobo back in storage. And once again, if you've got great suggestions on, let's say, a RAID system or also a NAS that's reasonably priced. See, I always get people asking me, hey, what's the reasonably priced software for modeling? So I'm asking all of you, what's the reasonably priced backup system today? Because I haven't spent a lot of time looking into it lately. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Have an awesome rest of your week. Stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you again soon.